What's up, everybody? It's been a little while since since I've made a video. Well, that's not true. I've made lots of videos. I just haven't uploaded any, which I'm really sorry about. There's been a lot of cool things last year that I documented, and I've documented a lot of stuff towards the end of the year and even a little bit this year that I've really wanted to share, but haven't been able to really have the time or strength or energy to even really edit anything. I'm gonna just, I guess, cut to the chase, and I do really good at putting on this smile and fighting through things and really pushing myself to my absolute limits, and I don't know where I get it from or where I learned it, but I haven't made a video in a long time because I've been really sick. And I don't even know if I should post this video, but I kind of feel like I owe everybody an explanation. But yeah, I'm kind of getting worse and worse every day, even though I am trying to focus on the positive as best I can, and still work. I was literally in the middle of 100+ projects last year, and everything's just kind of had to go on hiatus. I've lost my whole team. Financially, just haven't been able to support anybody, let alone, myself and my family, with all of the stresses and costs and everything associated with treating this disease. I'm kind of breaking down and coming out with this publicly because a couple days ago I decided to sell all of my film and audio equipment pretty much everything that I have left, except for some of my music studio, which is very important to keeping my sanity, because music has always been just an outlet. For me, it's been my therapy. But anyways, I decided it was time to sell things. Well, this caused kind of a big ruckus in the film community here. There's a pretty large film community. Bless me. This kind of caused some questions like, well, why are you selling all your gear? Like, this doesn't make any sense. What's going on? And I just shrugged it off. Tried really hard not to respond because I didn't want to get into the real reasons behind selling everything. But people kept asking, and in fact, somebody kind of pushed me so far as to saying, like, well, I'm not going to buy anything until you tell me why you're selling everything. And I just kind of lost it. That was the last straw, I guess. And so I came out with everything on Facebook, all the stuff that I've been pretending is not true, but fighting secretly in the background. And I don't even know anymore what's right and what's wrong. I said to myself I would never share any of this because it destroys my image, it destroys my chances of working with companies, I depend on working with brands to make my videos. They're so large scale and expensive, and I can't afford those on my own, but I was only being a hypocrite and cheating myself, for crying out loud. Be authentic, don't be shy. I'm wearing this shirt, how ironic. So I'm taking the risk. I'm being authentic as I will ever be. And if it ends my career, well, it's just about over. Anyways, so I don't know what this is. I don't know what this video is, if anybody's gonna care to watch it or even try to understand what's happening. Yes, I have Lyme disease. Yes, many people like to ignorantly say, oh, well, what's the big problem? You can cure that. You can treat that. Why are you making a big fuss? Why are you in pain or whatever? Like, I swear, like, I try so hard not to even mention the word Lyme because doctors are just now starting to recognize it as a real disease that is affecting hundreds of thousands of people, but up until now it's just it's what HIV was in the 70s or 80s, I can't remember, I'm sorry, and it just is kind of tossed to the side, but it's a degenerative, life-changing disease, especially if it's gone untreated as long as it has in my life, in which case it is chronic Lyme disease. It's not Lyme disease that's killing me. It's the 17 years of undiagnosed Lyme disease that is turned into 100 other things, like the parasitic co-infections in my brain and every major organ, the arthritis, the autoimmune inflammatory diseases like ulcerative colitis and Crohn's. Trying to keep this together. I'm sorry, and I don't know what's even worth being said, but anyways, I know this isn't the Scotty W you're used to, and I'm sorry for that, but you know what? It's not all sunshine and happiness and good days. It's a lot of this, and you watch your favorite vloggers and you see the happy moments, the sunshine, the great things, and you don't see the struggles that they deal with. I'm sure they deal with. Everybody has their thing. That's what I've learned, is nobody's exempt from trials and tribulations, and it's just unfortunate that that's the way that that's what's become popular, is these vloggers who get to document these happy moments in their lives, and it's this false sense of, if you want to be happy in life, then your life better be as good as theirs, because it's just all good 24/7. I mean, that's basically what you get right out of those vlogs, is I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of shooting the good moments, portraying the good moments, and there's reasons for that, I'm not trying to diss on any of those vloggers. There's reasons for that. It's, I vlogged to inspire and to hopefully help people with filmmaking, with audio, with music production. But who knows, maybe a little bit of authenticity every now and then won't hurt, and maybe it'll help somebody to say, you know what, I've been sick since I was 12 years old, and it's only gotten worse every single year. Yet I have pushed through and fought and have created and accomplished a lot, because it was something that was important to me. It was something I believed in, and it was 100% passion driven. And to those who ask for advice about becoming a YouTuber or becoming a filmmaker, my advice has always been that it better be passion driven. Because if it's not, if it's driven by anything else, by money, by fame, by any of that, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons, and you won't be happy, I can guarantee that. Money does not equal happiness at all. And though I've never made millions of dollars like these other YouTube celebrities, I've seen a comfortable life. I've experienced a comfortable life for me and my family. And while comfort is one thing, having more money is not the key to happiness, because as I got sicker and I got sadder and I got more and more lonely, buying things or trying to spend money to make myself happier really only had the opposite effect. I've been treating Lyme for almost a year now. I was only diagnosed a year ago, and as I've treated, I've gotten worse and worse and worse. And now I'm kind of at the end of my rope. You guys know the movie Sing? Well, I had this amazing opportunity in December come to me to write some music as part of the campaign around Sing, and well, to write an original song actually, and I had begun writing a song with Drew Alexander, and we based it off of the Don't Be Shy, the Be Authentic, Don't Be Shy. And this song just gets me every time. It's so powerful. It's very, very rough. We never finished the song. In fact, I had been awake for about 8 or 9 days straight leading up to this once in a lifetime opportunity where I was finally being recognized for my music. And was very, very sick at the time, and the infection in my brain is making it harder and harder for me to have clarity of thought, to be creative, to have memories, make memories. It started just really declining pretty quick over the past couple months, and I had been up for 8 or 9 days working on this song. I couldn't sleep. Part of everything is the insomnia. The insomnia is just unbelievable, but it was also this incredible opportunity, but it was very, very last minute on Universal's part. But I said, this is the biggest thing for me ever. I have to do this. This is my chance to show my music. And I was going to get to play it live with a bunch of other artists that I looked up to. But I was going to be... This was going to be the only original song, and it was such an honor and such a blessing. And I just cracked. It was too much. I had made it 8 or 9 days with no sleep. The actual green light didn't even happen until 3 days before the show, so we didn't even get the green light till 3 days before. So the actual song didn't start getting written till 3 days before, but I had already had this string of no sleep from the disease and my declining health. And anyways, we had started writing the song. Drew wrote this amazing part, and it was what I decided I wanted to do. I wanted to do this song about being authentic, not being shy, finding the light within all of us, because we all have these inner, authentic, true, beautiful talented selves, whatever it is. Everybody's unique, everybody's different, but I believe we all have it within ourselves. Some of us have found it, some of us haven't found it and are still searching for it, and this song was about the fact that it's all within us, and if you just follow these principles of being authentic, being courageous, aka don't be shy, taking a leap of faith, then this all could change. This discovery could happen, and that's what the song is, and it's such a beautiful song. I'll play it for you one more time because I can't get it out of my head, and it's something I want to finish so badly.
Baby, there's only one way to find who you are deep inside. Close your eyes and step into the light. Let the whole world come to life. Don't be shy, I wanna see you smile. Let the world love you for you. Go ahead, don't be shy, I wanna see you smile. Let the world love you for you. Singing la 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 la.
Okay, guys, there's so much I want to say. There's so much I wish I could get out. I'm gonna tell you a story. I grew up in a tiny town called Port Hope, Ontario, Canada. A very fitting name for a very sad and beautiful town. Beautifully sad, if that makes sense. It's like out of a Nicholas Sparks book or something. Port Hope. I lived in a 500 square foot house that was over 100 years old. I was the oldest with 4 younger sisters, a mother and a father. There were 7 of us in the house. Now, my father struggled a lot with unemployment and really didn't have a job most of my life growing up. It was the bottom of the bottom, but I didn't know anything else. It's all that I knew. And I was happy. I think I was happy. At least I remember. I have some bad memories, but I have some good memories. My dad was able to get a job and by the time I was 11, 12, we moved to Georgia. Macon, Georgia, of all places, from this tiny town in Port Hope, Ontario, Canada. Talk about culture shock. Talk about feeling out of your element. feeling like you had lost everything, and I really had nothing to lose, but I lost what I had. Georgia was tough, but do you want to know the one thing that I did have? It was soccer. Soccer was everything to me. I was so privileged to have the opportunity to start playing soccer when I was very, very young because of just a community thing in Port Hope. Like, it was possible for me to play soccer, and it was something that I loved. It was really the only thing that I had. And when I moved to Georgia and my dad got a job, I was able to continue playing soccer. Well, not only playing soccer, I got to try out for more competitive leagues and found out that this was a gift. This was something I was really good at, and it became everything to me in a time and in a place that was so unfamiliar with no friends and so difficult for me. Georgia was so difficult for me and my entire family. But I had soccer, and soccer is what got me through. Well, I was very healthy. I was very active. I went on a camping trip with the Boy Scouts of America. And my first time on a camping trip in Georgia. We were deep in the forest. I had gone out in the forest and was playing around like 12-year-olds do. And I came home from that camping trip and had somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 little black bugs all over my body, but in like really terrible places, like crevices, like armpits and genitals and like your neck, and just like the worst place, the hair. Like, finding these things, first of all, was the freaking hardest thing to do, let alone like even knowing like what is this, like what the hell is going on. And at the time there was just nothing about Lyme disease or anything, and so it wasn't a concern. It was hella painful getting these little bugs off and out of the skin. They bury their head into your skin, under your skin, and half the time if you try to pull them out with tweezers, you'll just break them in half and their heads will stay in your body, and a lot of times you gotta burn them out or flick them out just right with a pin or a needle or something. This was a horrific experience on top of many other horrific experiences in Georgia. Well, this is crazy. I continue playing soccer. My dad gets an even better job in Seattle, and I move to Washington, which is basically what I, for the longest time, considered home, because I ended up living there for 6 years before leaving and going out on my own and kind of just being a nomad all over the place. Well, over the course of the next couple years, 12, 13, 14, I start developing really, really, really bizarre symptoms that make no sense. Insomnia, back pain in a 13-year-old, back pain, joint pain, chest pain, a lot of pain in different places, a little bit of, kind of rage or anger problems, but nothing crazy. And I don't think anything of this. It's a very slow process. You have to realize it's not like waking up one day and you have all these symptoms and you're like, oh, what's wrong? Is this a cold or do I go to the doctor? This is over the course. Things just got worse and worse and worse until I started developing headaches and brain fogs and all these bizarre things. I was the fastest kid in school. I literally held the record for being the fastest kid. And in that same year, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, I went from being the fastest kid in the class to not even being able to complete a quarter of a lap because of the pain. And that is when things started going downhill fast. It started gradual, but before I knew it, all of these things started adding up, and we were so confused. We started going to doctors, getting tests, doing MRIs, like all these things. Everything comes back normal. Everything comes back with, everything looks good. We have no explanation for the back pain, no explanation for why your son all of a sudden can't breathe properly. And this is very, very, very difficult and very challenging for my parents as well. And people often ask where I get my drive and determination from, because I'm probably the most driven, passionate person I've ever met. It's why I have such a hard time working with other people who aren't really, really driven. That's me now. And I look at these experiences that I went through of slowly losing my life, my love, my love for soccer. The one thing that I got so good at, that I thought that this was my future. I literally thought it was my future. And it was ripped out from under me. I had to quit playing all sports. I had to get deferred from taking physical education. I started waking up in pain, going to bed in pain, staying in bed awake for hours on end with no answers. And I look at my friends who are healthy and normal and living these normal lives, and it's so painful for me to do the same things that they're doing. But it started getting ingrained in my head that you're making it up, you're crazy, you don't actually have this pain, you've done the medical tests, everything is fine. And I think it became ingrained in my brain that, okay, well, if my friends who are healthy and normal are doing these tasks, then screw it. You know what? If I'm normal, then I better work just as hard. So I started working harder and harder and harder and harder at everything, every little task in life. Because if I was normal and everything was okay and I was making it up, well, then I better work double as fast, triple as fast, as hard, to prove to myself, to prove to others that I could do it too. That was hell. That was my life. Late teens, the back pain was so unbearable. I remember developing this really bizarre numbness and tingling in different extremities, and I remember one day getting complete numbness in my legs to the point that I just collapsed. I couldn't even walk, and the pain was unbearable. I remember sitting curled up in the fetal position, just crying and crying and crying because my legs hurt so bad. I had no idea why my legs hurt. Why do my legs hurt? This goes on and on and on and on with no answers. I grew up in a church that did missions, that would send like kids out to do missions, to teach about Jesus and things like that, and it was expected of you to go on this mission. And so I went on this mission despite feeling awful and not knowing how I was going to physically do it. It didn't matter because on paper, according to doctors, I was perfectly fine. I was perfectly able to go. So I go on this mission. I get sent to Brisbane, Australia. Cool, right? That's rad. That's really awesome. And it was beautiful. It was amazing, but very, very, very difficult. I remember the moment that really changed everything was I was in the flat with a bunch of other people. I had walked up the stairs. I had come out of a room, tried to come back down the stairs, and my legs gave out and I just collapsed. this is about to get graphic. So if you don't like to hear graphic things, then cover your ears or fast forward or just stop watching. This has gone on long enough probably for it's your bedtime. There's other cool videos in the click anything else because this is just getting boring. I'm sorry. I started bleeding. I started bleeding profusely out my ass pipe, asnar, butthole. I started bleeding a lot, like crazy amounts of blood. Before I know it, I was going to the bathroom like 15, 20 times a day, no explanation. Back pain is back. Head pain that is like unreal. Like it feels like someone has hooked a bike pump up to my head and started just pressing it and filling it with air, and it's going to explode at any minute. Well, long story short, you can't really do this missionary work when you're in this much excruciating pain. And against my will, believe it or not, they send me home. More medical tests. 8 more months of medical tests with no answers. Until they do a colonoscopy. They say, you have ulcerative colitis. An autoimmune disease, an inflammatory disease. Well, I'm going to cut to the chase. I started getting answers by the time I was 20 because guess what? All of these symptoms and these things, they started turning into other things. Arthritis, 22 years old, diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's disease. I developed severe panic disorder. Which was debilitating, by the way. If you have ever experienced anything like extreme panic disorder, there is nothing more horrific, scary, life-changing. All of these mental symptoms, all of these physical symptoms just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Well, there's the whole other side of the story, which is me trying to push through it, trying to continue to fight and push and say, you know what? I don't know what this is. I don't care what this is. I have a dream and goals, and I'm going to chase them despite being sick. So I did that. I fought really hard. I fought. I chased every opportunity, every single door that was even left a crack open. I would chase. I remember emailing directors of photography just to try and get opportunities on set. This is the B story going along with the health that I'm just kind of pushing out of the way, saying, you know what, go away. You're not helping me right now. And I would just, suck it up. Yes, it hurt so bad to stand for extended periods of time. It hurt so bad to sit for extended periods of time. The pain was just constant, but this was more important. My dreams were more important. And I kept fighting. Well, we fast forward. I start my YouTube channel. By pure accident, by the way. That's a fun story. We'll do more story times, maybe, if you like this, and maybe they won't be this long. I start my YouTube channel, and same story. Every day's tough. Every day gets a little tougher. Well, it was high school dance battle, the project that was the first real passion project that was bigger, and it was something I was trying to make for almost 2 years. And I remember being on that set. You can even watch the behind the scenes. I'm like 40, 50 pounds lighter. I started just losing all of this weight. getting really, really, really sick. And I ultimately got so sick, you don't see it in the behind the scenes because I cut it all out, but most of my directing was from the floor, was from sitting on the floor in agony. That set, that shoot finished, and I was put immediately into the hospital. Well, this started happening more and more, and I was very secretive about it. I couldn't dare let anybody know because, you know, I'm finally building something and making content and sharing it with the world. And I cannot dare let this health stuff get in the way. Fast forward to last year and a half ago, I move into this house with my wife and two beautiful children, Landon and Tom, my little boys, and it just so happens that down the street is this guy named Ron, who's an expert with something called Lyme disease. His son practically died of Lyme disease. He was pronounced dead and came back for whatever reason, but has been to hell and back with all of the same symptoms. And I don't know if I ended up here. I don't know why things happen the way they do. A lot of times in life, in retrospect, you can connect the dots and see why everything happened and why everything connected and how certain people in your life were meant to be placed there for a reason, whether that's God or whether that's destiny or star alignment or whatever you believe in. I don't know what it is, but this guy, Ron, saw how sick I was, saw my symptoms, and he said, "You have Lyme disease." And this is like in passing, like we're just like meeting new neighbors or something. And he had heard through the grapevine. It's a very tight community here, and he had heard through the grapevine about some of the things I was going through. And he comes up to me and he says, "You have Lyme disease." And I said, "Excuse me?" And he says, "You have Lyme disease, and you need to get treated for it." And I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. I don't have anything. I've made every symptom up my whole life, according to doctors." And he goes, "No, you most definitely have Lyme disease, and I'm sure it's chronic late-stage Lyme disease. We need to get you tested." Well, the fun thing about Lyme disease is testing it is very, very fun, and it's near impossible to actually even find out if you have Lyme disease, because Lyme disease, it's called a spirochete, the cell. It's referred to as a stealth cell because these cells transform and hide in the deepest tissues in your body, and it is impossible to find, so you can't do regular blood tests like you would with most diseases. So they had to take my blood and they had to grow it in a culture for 3 months. And he told me this, and I said, "That's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not going to do it." And he said, "You have to, because this is, you know, this will take your life if you don't step in and fix this." Having it since I was 12 meant a lot of other things were happening beneath the surface, and this was no longer just Lyme disease. This was something much, much, much greater than that. Well, I did the test, and I forgot about it. And there's a vlog. There's a vlog somewhere on the channel that I released when I got the phone call that said I was positive for Lyme and several other very serious co-infections, parasitic co-infections that were much, much, much more dangerous and basically worth noting than the Lyme itself. That was a very, very, very weird day for me of mixed emotions the vlog basically says it all. I think I'm a wreck in it, and it was me discovering that the past 17 years was not made up. And all of a sudden, the past 17 years were validated. Well, little did I know that when I went and saw this doctor, this Lyme Dr. Peterson, not only do you have late stage chronic Lyme, you have a lot of other infections and a lot of other problems, and we need to get to work right away. Because the rule of thumb is it takes about as long to treat Lyme disease as long as you've had it. So you've had it for 17 years, well, good luck. A lot of people are lucky. They get bit by Lyme, but they get bit by a tick. They develop like a ring rash or something that says, oh, you might have Lyme. They take some antibiotics and they kill the Lyme. So yes, to the people out there who say, well, can't you kill Lyme with antibiotics? Yes, you can kill Lyme with antibiotics if you catch it very, very quickly. Well, late stage Lyme means 17 years of this stuff growing inside of my body, spreading throughout my body, developing homes in my brain and in my tissues. It's not that simple. And when he told me it was going to get a lot worse before it got better, I didn't truly know what that meant until now. And that's it, man. That's it. Believe it or not, today is a very, very, very good day. A very good day. Which is probably why I felt the need to get this off my chest, because when I have hard days, and it's not even days, it's like a freaking roller coaster throughout the day. It's like every hour is different. You don't know like what's next. I don't know what's next. My brain will just flip like this, and one minute I'm this person, the next minute I'm this person, and I don't remember any of it. That's the best part, is it's turning into legit manic insanity. Why would you want to? Why have I lost all of my friends and all of my all the close people in my life? Why do you think I've lost them all? Because I don't have control over this anymore. And while the doctors are doing everything they can, when my brain switches in an instant, I don't know why I'm saying all this, guys. The real Scott Winn is still in here somewhere. He's still there, and I get glimpses of him. And what is the real Scott Winn? Maybe it's the Scott from 17 years ago. I'm in the middle of a lot of projects. I had an album, my first debut album is Scotty W. I'm working on some feature films, some YouTube projects. it's just all too much right now. This is career suicide, right? I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this. I don't think it's a good idea. You guys, please don't give up on me. Please don't give up on me. I need you more than ever. I've spent the last 4 years creating content for the world to enjoy, and I've never asked for anything in return, and I can't ask for anything in return. I can't ask for help. I've considered starting a Patreon account many times to help get some financial aid in continuing the music and the movies, because guess what? People don't buy music anymore. People don't buy the movies. People get the content for free. They listen to it on YouTube. They listen to it on Spotify. This is a very difficult career for a filmmaker. A filmmaker on YouTube, it's practically unheard of unless you're Devin Supertramp or Corridor Digital, or you've found your niche and you're just killing it every single week. Well, I can't do that. I can't make a video every single week when it's me alone writing the films, directing the films, shooting the films, editing the films, writing the music for the films, taking care of 2 little boys, a wife, and a disease that is finally killing me. I can't do all of that and be successful on YouTube. It's just not a formula that is ever going to happen. I released 12 videos last year. 4 years on YouTube. 950,000 subscribers. It's never been about the numbers or the money or any of it, but I will tell you guys, when I put in this much work and this much effort and get so little in return, it is hard to keep going. But you know why I keep going? You know why I keep going? It is certainly not the money. It is certainly not the numbers. It is certainly not any of that. It is because this is what I have loved with all of my heart. And that has driven me. And you guys have driven me. And I'm talking specifically about you guys on this channel. This second channel that is a microscopic size in comparison to anything else on YouTube. It is the few of you who have believed in me, who have watched the content, who have commented, who have left me comments that have changed me. You have bought my music, you've bought my merchandise, you've supported me, right? And that keeps me going. While it's a small percent, it's enough for me, and I've never asked for more. Well, I'm in a time in my life where I don't know what's next. There's a lot of content I wish I could do, but I just can't do. I don't have a team anymore. I don't have the drive to do it because of the infection in my brain, which is why I'm preparing to go to Mexico to do treatments that they can't do here, like be put out completely for 6 to 8 weeks while I get antibiotics directly into the heart, blood transfusions, chemotherapy. These are all last-ditch efforts to save me, to save my brain, and I can't tell you guys how many times I've wanted to end my life because it's too miserable, it's too painful. But I am trying so hard to hang on. What people don't see is the 98% of the time that I am trying so hard to hang on, and I am hanging on. The 2% of the time where I lose it, or I think that everything is over, or I try to end my own life, that 2% of the time is a small percent of the whole, which is me trying so hard, which has been the model in my life. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I don't know what this is gonna do, if this is gonna help anybody or just end up hurting my career. I don't know. But right now, I know that there's still a lot in me that I want to share with you guys. There's projects that cannot be numbered. There are so many that I want to share. I just need help. I just need help. I need to get through this, and frankly, most days I don't think I will. But there are glimpses, there are moments where I have hope, and I believe that I'm gonna get it. And when I get it, when I get through, and when I kill this, when I kill that last bug and I'm able to move forward, do you have any idea? I'm gonna take the world by storm. You have no idea. The passion and drive and quality of content you have seen from me the past 4 years has been through all of this, which has been hidden from everybody. Imagine what I can do when I'm healthy, and I can run and I can walk up a set of stairs without feeling like I'm gonna have a heart attack. Can you imagine what I will be able to do? It's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. But maybe all of this is just a bad dream. And I'm gonna go to Mexico, and I'm gonna get put out, and I'm gonna wake up from the dream, and Scott Winn is back. Scott Winn is gonna be back. I'm gonna be back. and then I'll show you what I can do. Scott Winn is going to be back. Right?